How's everyone doing? I am back with the last battle of the tournament that was hosted by Teslamouse last year, this month basically. And my opponent here is going to be purplepandapost. He's the one that lost in the other side of the bracket in the semifinals against a person by the name of Gold20. Someone I actually know, by the way, which is very interesting. But his team is gonna be pretty scary actually, because it looks like a combination of a lot of the things that I've seen in the battles that I've had in the past, like that Clefable, like that Sandcore, like Weavile and Latios. Like, I've seen a bunch of this stuff, so who knows how he's gonna play out. We're about to find out right now. I'm gonna lead off with Zygarde. He's gonna lead off with the Who Do You Love, which is the Hippodon. There we go. I almost forgot what it was called, but it's Hippodon. And he gets the stand up, which is actually kind of good because, first of all, my Zygarde is immune to it, and my Diancie is actually buffed in special defense because of the sandstorm. So yeah. Anyways, I go for the substitute first turn because I was actually confident this thing wouldn't have Ice Fang. In fact, I kind of wanted to see if it had it, but he just switched out, which immediately told me that it didn't have it. He switched into Weavile. He goes for the hardcore Ice Shard, and I'm just like, you know what, if you're going to be hard switching in and making such aggressive plays, I'm just going to go for the Glare here. And now this thing is paralyzed, which is really, really good because now a lot of my team can just simply outspeed it. Unless that Clefable has Heal Bell, there's nothing this Weavile can do later in the battle. Or at least that's what I think. But anyways, I switch into Diancie because I had no switch-ins for this thing. And if he tries to go for knockoff, I don't have any item on this Diancie other than Diancie, which can be knocked off. But he actually goes for the Icicle Crash, which misses. Honestly, like, the miss might have mattered in terms of damage output, but really I don't think it would have done too much, honestly. Even if it's Life Orb, just because it's regular Diancie. But anyways, he switches out as soon as he misses, and I just go for a Moonblast. I go for a second Moonblast, and I was like, ugh. Seeing how this damn Clefable doesn't freaking die because it's an annoying piece of shit, I just freaking have to, I tried switching it to Diamond Storm here just because I wanted to see if it can do more damage than what Moonblast is doing, because it's doing literally nothing. Well, okay, it's doing something, but it's like, it's doing enough so that it can just keep spamming Soft Boil, and that's just annoying me right now. So I'm just gonna go for the I think here, because he got the special attack drop, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get out of here. I think I could have killed it here with another Diamond Storm, but I was just kind of afraid he'd switch out into something that could resist it, like the Excadrill. But then again, I don't know why would he switch into Excadrill. I switched into Heran though, just because I didn't want to keep taking these damn Moonblasts, honestly. Because Diancie took a lot from that, actually. I think that's what scared me about, and this is why I switched out, because I was like, I don't want Diancie taking more damage, and I feel like this is actually going to cause it. I go for Stealth Rocks right here, because, you know, those are actually very good to get up, especially because if he switches out a lot, because this Clefable is just like the one thing that actually causes a lot of switching. You try to go into a check to it, and then he just switches out, and then you're the one forced to switch out and whatnot. He's gonna finally switch out here though, and go back into Hippodon, which is not a good matchup. But here I think I predicted and actually go for the Will-O-Wisp, because I figure he probably thinks I have Flash Cannon on this thing because he saw that I switched it in, so I was like, you know what, let's go for the Will-O-Wisp here. And I think here he gets his Stealth Rocks up, because I'm forced to switch because I don't want to stay in on this thing. Because first of all, my special attack is down, and I can't really, it's already burned, so me going for just Lava Plume isn't really doing me anything. And so yeah, he goes for Stealth Rocks. I switch into Zygarde because, again, I feel that the matchup is really good for Zygarde because this Hippodon doesn't really have anything for it, and he knows that I carry Substitute. So I definitely go for that. He goes back into Clefable if I'm guessing correctly. Yes, he does. And I just go for the Glare here. I was gonna go for Substitute, but I figured, you know what, let's just Glare it. And then, how do you say, from here, I think I try to go for Substitute just to see if I can get it paralyzed, and then I can damage it with Earthquake. So, but he switches out, so I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then he goes into the Bicken, which is this thing, the Excadrill. And here I go for the Substitute, yeah, because like I said, I wanted to see if I can actually bank on a Paralysis. But instead he switched out, so I got a better matchup anyway. And here, because he had the air balloon, I couldn't just go for the earthquake, so unfortunately I had to freaking waste this turn just to go for Dragon Tail, just to not only phase it out, but also just to get rid of that air balloon, which I do. And now it goes into Latios, which is actually not what I wanted. I actually did not want this matchup whatsoever. So I'm definitely going to be switching out here after I take some leftovers. And I think here I go into Diancie, I think. It was either Diancie or the Heatran. I think it was a Heatran, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't the Heatran, because I was going to try to... my Heatran usually resists everything that Latios has carried, barring Earthquake or Surf. And, but he double switched basically back into the Excadrill. Because I was like, holy shit, he saw that coming. I stayed in going for Will-O-Wisp because I thought he was going to just try to rapid spin the rocks away. But he actually just stayed in an Earthquake. That was like, whoa. And I outsped, which was actually surprising, which tells me that this Excadrill's adamant. Which makes sense considering he needs the additional power, and he gets double speed in the Sandstorm anyway. So it outspeeds even the Scarfer sometimes. But yeah, I go into Diancie now because the Sandstorm is indeed gone. And here I actually go for the Earth Power because I thought he might try to stay in, thinking I'd predict him to switch into something else, because... But then again, not a whole lot switches into Diancie either way. So, but he switched into this, and I went for the Earth Power. So I guess he saw it coming. Here I make a huge misplay, and this one was actually really significant because I went for the Earth Power again. And I do kill it, but it was because of a crit. So that crit probably definitely mattered. In fact, I think it definitely mattered, just because I don't think it would have killed from where it was. I needed to go for Moonblast to kill it, and I mispredicted because I thought the Excadrill might come back. And if I went for Moonblast with this Sand Up, it would have Earthquaked or Iron Headed me. So I was kind of tempted to go for that. Anyways, I kill it, and now he goes into Excadrill, and here I was expecting him to go for the Rapid Spin again, but he actually went for the Iron Hit. So I was like, whew! I'm dodging these bullets like nothing right now, because I really thought he was going to go for the Rapid Spin there, but he didn't. He actually went straight for the Iron Hit. But I switched out anyways because, like I said, Zygarde is in a good position if he tries to go for the Rapid Spin. Although I feel like he should have gone for it because my Heatran's gone, and I guess maybe because I still had my Latios and he was just afraid I'd send it out to defog anyways. And I guess he didn't want to lose the rocks yet, I don't know. But anyways, he goes for the into Clefable again, and I do get my sub up because he switches out again because he knows that the matchup is not in his favor. So he goes for another Moonblast just to break my substitute. I went for Earthquake just to get some damage off. As soon as he breaks my substitute, I'm going to switch out again. So yeah, more leftovers, and now we're just gonna... I think from here I switch out, and I think I go into Thundurus because that's my last switch into this thing, unfortunately. And he, I think, goes for the Moonblast, yeah. And it does quite an amount because this Thundurus is meant to be offensive, so... Getting leftovers, which is alright, I guess. It's really annoying, though, because this thing is still healthy as ever. Here I tried going for Volt Switch, thinking he would go into anything but this thing, because this thing is kind of not in a good condition right now. But he does. And then I tried to Volt Switch again because I thought he'd try to double switch because he's already done that to me like a couple times already. I was thinking he'd try to do it again, and he didn't, and he kills my Thundurus with a Rock Slide, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? I go into Latios now just to go for the Psychic because he cannot outspeed because the Sand is already gone, and his thing that sets up Sand is also gone, so this thing is literally useless now. I think the only thing he could have done here was just go for the Rapid Spin. In fact, I thought as soon as I Volt Switched again and he stayed, I was like, oh shit, he's gonna Rapid Spin, but no, he just stayed in and went for the Rock Slide. Well, he never got the Rapid Spin off is anyone's guess, but he never got the Rocks up, which actually does help me in this battle a lot. So my last switch into Weavile here, because I still had Latios, was my own Weavile, because I had to literally risk the low kick because this thing was my last switch in to a Icicle Crash or a knockoff if he had that. So he now goes into Latios. He switches it out just to sack it because he realizes he doesn't need it anymore. But this allows him to just switch back into... Actually, I don't know why he didn't switch into Clefable here, because Clefable can definitely take a hit. But he just went into Zardex, took half Stealth Rocks. I guess because I have some other things that can take care of this thing anyways, like the Latios. I could have just Psychic it anyways. So I guess he figured, let's just go into this and see if he can take a hit. He cannot. my Weavile takes out this Zard X, which is actually very rare, by the way, because usually these things are very healthy when they come in. But he now goes into Clefable, and here I just go for more Icicle Crushes. Since it's paralyzed and Icicle Crush can flinch, I figured let's do that, obviously. But it didn't get any of that. It didn't get paralyzed, it didn't flinch, and now this thing got to go for the Moonblast, and now my Weavile goes down. This thing keeps sucking on leftovers because this thing just likes sucking leftovers left and right, and it's just annoying. So I go into Diancie now just to finish it off because this thing should have been dead a long time ago. Not to mention it's my most weakened mon right now. So if he tries to bring back that Weavile just to like go for more Ice Shards or something, then so be it. But it'll take more. First of all, it's gonna take a lot of Stealth Rocks damage, and now it's just gonna, because I know this thing is Life Orbed. My chance to win here is to make sure this thing dies to its own Life Orb, because Diancie's gone and my last two mons are literally weak to ice. One of them is quad weak to ice, and that's Zygarde and Latios. And I had to hope that I can live an Ice Shard right here, and thankfully I do. I was actually scared to death that I wasn't gonna live it, because there was a battle that I had with the Killer Nacho where the same kind of scenario happened, where he was sweeping me with Weavile, and I sent this thing out just to take an Ice Shard, and it wasn't able to. So I was like, holy shit, is that gonna happen here? And no, thankfully it didn't. And this thing successfully dies to its own Life Orb, which was what I wanted. And as a result, I win over Mr. Purple Panda Post. I was gonna say Mr. Purple Panda Post, but yeah, I guess I can say that. But yeah, I actually won, which means I do in fact get third place, which means that I'm going to be listed in the top 3 of the results of the tournament, which by the way is gonna be linked in the description. You guys can check it out, at least the bracket. You can see who else wasn't a part of the battle, the tournament, and you know who beat who and whatnot. Although I'll admit it's kind of messy, but it's all good. I mean, I did get some good battles out of this tournament anyways, but that's gonna be it for the tournament at least, and we're gonna get back to more basic battles now. So yeah, just stay tuned for that, and well, take it easy then.